Fear is the enemy. Whatever it is that you're going for, man, go hard. Hold on, never give up. You gotta have that mentality, man. I put in the work, I spent a lot of time on the waiting list. Never complained, I ain't never said shit. Shoot my shot, no fear if I miss. Imagine you chasing a dream that you love, only to find out it wasn't enough. You fall on your face, but you get right back up, and you fall back again, but you get right back up, yeah. That's the way that it's always been. Don't nobody care about the grind but you. Nobody putting in the time but you. Make up your mind who you wanna be. I know who I am, know what I want. Live by 2 words, mama mentality. And that's word to my mom, word to my pops, word to my little bro. They said make your mistakes, but don't make excuses on why you can't live and learn. On a couple occasions I damn near went broke. I'm chasing this music thing, and I ran out of hope. I threw in the towel, said fuck the hole in the street. I kept on writing and touring. I picked up a job cause I knew it was important. The money I made, I would stash it away just to fund my recordings. And I didn't wanna stop cause I didn't know how. I would lay in my room by myself late at night, and I finally figured it out. I just wanna be the best version of me, make all the music that I wanna make. I don't care what nobody gon' say. You miss all of the shots you don't take. And the answer is no, if you don't ask. If it gets hard, this too shall pass. God is my witness and he got the plan. He got the plan. I put in the work, I spent a lot of time on the waiting list. Never complained, I ain't never said shit. Shoot my shot, no fear if I miss. Imagine you chasing a dream that you love, only to find out it wasn't enough. You fall on your face, but you get right back up, and you fall back again, but you get right back up, yeah. That's the way that it's always been. Don't nobody care about the grind but you. Nobody putting in the time but you. Make up your mind who you wanna be. I know who I am, know what I want. Live by 2 words, mama mentality. Yeah. Remember, man, you only in competition with yourself. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the process. Pleasure and pain. R.I.P. the greatest. 0824.
Check 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another version of Circle Talk. It's your good buddy DH. I'm excited for today. Obviously, as y'all see, I'm in all red because it is the weekend of Valentine's Day. And without Valentine's Day, I mean, if there wasn't any Valentine's Day, I mean, we wouldn't have this opportunity to spend time with our loved ones and, just enjoy, making them feel special. And we're going to be talking about love today. Obviously, as y'all can see, I'm wearing this shirt. It's called Love is Dope. And I'm really excited to be sitting down with the man, the myth, the legend that created the brand, the BP brand. You guys are in for a treat. Mr. BP Parker's in the building. I'm excited to touch base with him. We haven't talked in a little bit since the event that we did last year, the Dope Cultural Neo Soul Fest. Yeah, that's where we caught up and, chopped it up a little bit about what was going on. And we made this connection to make this official. So you guys are in for a treat. But before we get into it, what I want to do is thank my sponsors. Obviously, want to give a shout out to my guy, iShota.com. If you are in the Washington area, you're looking for somebody to do your event, get your pictures done right. Obviously, as y'all see these pictures right here of me and my children, Marvin hooked us up with those. Hit him up, let him know you have something that you need for him to do, whether it's headshots, family portraits, senior portraits. If you have a job interview that you need a nice headshot done for, he'll make it happen for you at a reasonable price. Just let him know I sent you and he'll get you done right. Next, we'll go with the Icon ENT. Shout out to my guy, Willie Jr. Thomas, for his continued success. He's been doing the music thing, the party game, and now he's moving into the bus game, the party bus game. If you guys have an event that you want to get to and you want to go in style and not have to worry about driving, who's going to be the driver for the evening, my guy, he will get you done right. He has his party bus. He has a whole party bus extravaganza going on. He's got TVs, music, videos. He has his little bar for drinks too, if you're down for that. All you got to do is let him know, hey, I need a destination. I have a destination I need to get to, and I don't want to drive, and he'll get you there at a reasonable price. Just let him know I sent you, and give you a nice little discount. Next, we're going to go with the Chayah movement, aka Chayah fashion. Shout out to Zakia for continued support in our community. Make sure you guys continue to support the Chayah movement. She's been doing so many amazing events for local artists and people with brands and things that they're creating in a community. She's giving them potluck spots where they can pull up and you can see some amazing stuff that people are creating. And, even herself is a creator. She asks people to send her all their rags, clothing that they don't necessarily want anymore. And she goes and designs them and creates an awesome designer attire for you to wear. So if you're interested in checking out anything pertaining to Zakia, go to thechayahmovement.com and look up anything that she has going on. That's my homegirl. Please, if y'all know if she's a part of what I got going on, she is worth a look-see. So check her out. Last but not least, I got to give a huge shout out to my girl Marquita Evans over at Intentions Juice and Smoothie Bar. I don't know if y'all seen, but she, if you guys are friends with she has just been hooked up with opportunity to be on Evening King 5. She's going to be on TV next week. So I'm excited for her and all of her excellence that she's been doing here in the community and, continued support. I mean, she's such a awesome asset to our community, and I'm excited for the things that she has going on. She has her smoothie bar on 56 in South Tacoma Way. If you guys are wondering where it's at, make sure you guys go and check her out. She's also working on 2 other events that she's going to be opening up real soon. So shout out to her for continued success, and shout out to all my sponsors for their continued success and everything that they're doing. Please make sure you guys go and check out each and every one of them. They're all amazing people doing amazing things in our community. So thank you guys. But without further ado, that's a whole mouthful. I had to get all of that out. It's kind of what this is all about. And we're going to bring on the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. BP Brand himself. Parker's in the building. Let's go.
What it do? What's up,
can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. We good.
Hey, can y'all hear him? Say what's up if y'all can hear him out there. We got Mr. BP in the building. How you feeling this morning, man?
Man, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling incredibly elevated and grateful. You hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, man, first off, I just want to say thank you so much for spending this time with me this morning. We have a lot to talk about today, but, first and foremost, I'm just thankful that I got this opportunity to sit down and chop it up with you and get to know you a little bit better. I see a lot of the things that you're doing in the community, the way that you're moving. And I'm just excited for this chance to catch up with you, man. So
it makes 2 of us, my vice versa. Real talk.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's jump into it real quick. What I like to do is find out people's upbringings because, for me, I had a pretty challenging upbringing, which I'm not getting into right now. I want to know a little bit about you. Tell me a little bit about where you were born, family life, mom's, dad, brothers, any of that stuff.
Absolutely. So we moved up here to Seattle in '92. We migrated from St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
The show me state where we could show you better than we could tell you. You hear me?
Hey, there it is.
Yeah. So Pops, legendary Pops shut the door. He had a vision, he had a dream, and back in St. Louis, before 1992, he's the karaoke king of entertainment of all things. Been doing this for a very long time. And in '92, he up and moved the whole family, him and mom's up and moved. I'm talking about U-Haul truck, all of that, and pushed all the way up here to Washington, Seattle. Back then, that's when people didn't even know what Seattle was. I'm talking about when we told our family we was moving, they had no clue Washington.
Yeah.
They all thought Washington, D.C. You feel me?
Right.
And,
Yeah.
yeah. And we got up here, me, my older brother, Parker, the other half of the Parker brothers, my younger brother at the time. And we came up, and Pops went in trying to figure out how to get this karaoke thing started, entertainment, and did very well. So came, and we've been here ever since '92. Awesome. So yeah, we moved up here and then end up migrating towards the Federal Way area. We started off like in the Redmond area, didn't have a clue. Mom and Pops didn't have a clue about what we really had when we got here. You know what I'm saying? Out there, plateau. Yeah. I'm talking about just crazy. But we ended up migrating, and I really grew up in the Federal Way area. That's where I grew up. That's where my roots are, as far as high school and all of that, and in the Federal Way area. And that's what it is. It's been a beautiful upbringing. Watching Pops be on his entrepreneur grind, being able to have that mind state balanced by my mother, who's the most incredible woman in the world, holding down, with all the insurance and everything over there at FedEx. So I've been able to see a great balance of understanding the entrepreneurial side, understanding the other side of it. And it's been a great balance. My decisions have been my decisions. So, where I've messed up and where I went right, I've got the best of all of it. And I had to just try to make the best decisions I can make. A lot of them wrong, a lot of them right.
Hey, let me ask you something too. Since you say you from St. Louis, the show me state. When you guys, before you guys got here to after you got here, how much of it was it a difference in the type of environment and the atmosphere, the people? Was there a big difference, cultural shock when you guys got here?
It was 100% culture shock. I'm talking about completely different, something like we've never seen before in our lives. Back, when I was in St. Louis, it's probably 99% blacks. I mean, where we was, and everywhere we went, in our communities and whatnot. And when we came to here, it was a complete opposite, complete mixed bowl, different cultures, different races everywhere. The air smelt better. The energy, the people say hi to you. You walk in, it was like, whoa,
Right.
I recall some of my one of my uncles came up. He came through the grocery store. Somebody said hi or something. He was shocked, like, whoa, hold on, people saying hi and greeting you.
Absolutely.
So it's a beautiful thing, man. I love it up here.
Let me ask you something too. I mean, I told you I would have a couple questions off the list of things that I have here. It is Black History Month. Shout out to all the people out there that celebrate Black History Month. What's your thoughts on celebrating it? And is it important for us as Black men, Black women, Black people to share the knowledge and insight with people that aren't of color like us?
That's a great question. Is it important? I'm sure it is important. Asking me, I'm not the one to answer why that would be important, because I personally, on my list, it's not important to me. Like, it's not something that I actually give energy to making sure that I'm sharing our history with someone outside of our history. But I wouldn't say it's not important at all, because I understand the people that do that. There's no right or wrong about it. It's like it's a million things that has to happen, and those are one of the things that I personally don't do. But I understand why. It is dope to be able just to share our history and share that education, because when people don't know, they don't know, and that's good. I don't put energy into that. I put energy in just being the example. I put energy in just to my household and to my people in my community who I'm around of just being the actual example for us and for our future, and not having to prove or try to explain something to someone else. And there ain't no right or wrong about it.
Absolutely.
That's just kind of my take on it, though.
It's good. That's a valid answer, though. It's and I've heard a lot of answers. I asked a lot of people, because I think it's, to me, I just want to know how people are feeling about this. It's, for me, I've never really thought about it. How important is it for us to share? But I'm a brother with kids that are mixed with white, so I've got a lot. My daughters have told me a lot of things about how people have disowned her because of the color of their skin. When they're supporting, like we went to Juneteenth, and people frowning down on them because of the color of their skin. Have you ever dealt with anything like that, where people just looked at you and thought just because you aren't necessarily the darker shade of black that you aren't black, and got any
Right.
backlash for that?
I haven't, man. I'm so surrounded by it. I've seen it firsthand, witnessed it, real life, social media, the whole nine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just I'm blessed. I don't know if it's the way I carry myself or what, but I genuinely have not experienced that. And I have a mixed family. My wife is Persian and white. My daughter is black, Persian and white. I have a mixed
Yeah.
family, and I do a lot of community things, and I'm 100% about our people. And what's
Yeah.
crazy, dope, another blessing, I've never, at least to my face, or heard or anything, received any type of negative anything in regards to that. Never, like not one time, not on the sly. And I consider it to be a blessing, but I believe it's the way I carry myself, the energy that we have, and we're
Yeah.
so genuine about. We represent love, period. We
Absolutely.
represent real life elevation and real growth. My family, and that's how we rock. And I haven't experienced that, and I'm proud to say that I haven't. A lot of times, a lot of people want to talk about what they've been through in the turbulence. That's one of the things I haven't been, and I'm proud to say that I haven't been.
That's cool. So I don't want to dig too deep and get in.
Go ahead. Dig as deep as we need to for the people.
Because I mean, for me, I'm very passionate about, what I feel is the right way to do things. Not saying that everybody has to feel the exact same way that I do, but I have to, when I speak about things, I have to realize that I'm speaking not just for myself, but for my family. I have 5 children that are all mixed, that need to see their dad speak the truth about, not just my life and all the things that I've went through in my life, but their lives, their young lives, and what they're getting ready to go into, which is, adulthood and the real world, and, just things that we can't prepare them for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We could just give them advice and insight and direction. And, it's kind of foreign for me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because of the fact they are mixed, it's like you want to give them your side, but they don't, but your side isn't even as, it's not going to give them exactly what they truly need. All you can do is just help them, because my daughters, I've heard it a few times from them, and it's sad to think that, I have a 20-year-old, a 24-year-old, a 14 and a 13-year-old all daughters. And all of them have heard something or dealt with some type of racist act because of the color of their skin. And that's crazy to say, you know what I'm saying? But it's the truth. How it's like trying to prepare them for the real world when you only know the black side of the real world. They're getting disowned from the white side and the black side. So for me, I'm just trying to get the information necessary so that can help them, and help myself at the same time. So that's why we're digging in.
And my children have dealt with a couple incidences, and my children have, and that's with me being out. I'm out here in the sticks. I came out here, got some land in Bonnie Lake, got what I wanted, what I needed, what we can afford, and still being able to, so I'm out in the sticks, and it's not it's a lot of more colored people these days. But my daughter, when she was living with my oldest, my son, have experienced some things on the bus, kids calling them out their name because of the color of their skin. And my thing is that these were very, very isolated incidents. I have seen nothing but great energy around here, nothing. So that ain't like the feel of what it is. These are isolated incidents. And when those incidents do happen, we address those incidents accordingly. We address them in those moments. My kids know where they come from. They understand, and very proud of everything that they are. And it's just more so about my teachers in the home and them knowing, and we deal with it accordingly as it comes. But that's definitely happened. As far as with my kids.
It's a crazy world we live in. It seems like it's nonstop. Something in the news or in the media about racist acts. I dealt with a situation, just the other day, and, I'm not trying to, put my daughter's business out in the street, but her school was on lockdown because one of her, old friends decided they wanted to bring a gun to the school, and, just because they said something wrong to them.
Right.
And so, it's crazy, the things that we're dealing with, and, situations like that with our children. My daughter's 14 years old, and she's got to worry about somebody bringing a gun to school.
Right.
It's crazy. I mean, but anyways, let's get back on the conversation about you, man. Like, I'm very passionate about stuff like that, and so I can go in a little bit. But
hey, you know what? While we are on there, because I want to make sure I'm passionate about that as well, and I think it's dope that the people tapped in when they're hearing real stories, especially kings like you that put it out there that can really talk about it. I think one of the dopest things is about when we understand it's about not trying to educate someone, not trying to preach to someone, but a conversation, having actually understanding how to have healthy conversations when the time arrives.
Absolutely.
I had a few years back, I did a motivational video back right after, I think, the murder of George Floyd. And the video is very, very powerful, very powerful. And it's when it got out there, it was actually my first viral video.
Okay.
And so imagine this was my first viral video ever. But the feedback that was coming through the internet, because I hadn't dealt with the internet. I dealt with my people on the internet. And I keep my energy close where it's supposed to be. This was the first where it's just out there, out of my control, wildfire. It was a beautiful thing. This is the first time it was way more negative feedback, I'm talking about now I'm a racist. I'm this because I'm speaking so powerful and passionate about what I'm speaking about, but I'm speaking about unity. And I'm speaking about just a history of us and unity. At the end of it, it's all pulling us together. But what I learned in that, it was crazy. What I learned in that moment, there was so many people that was attacking me. And I'm like, whoa, I know my real genuine truth. That I'm like, wow. Like, I get getting hated on. This was the first time I ever been hated on. So it felt good. I'm like, damn, I must be doing something right. But I say this all to say, I had to pick and choose my battles. I didn't engage too much with it, but I did engage with a couple people. And there was this older white lady, probably in her 70s or so. I'm talking about, she didn't call me every name in the book. Very aggressive. And I communicated with her. I had a conversation with her via Facebook, social media. But my conversation wasn't a back and forth. Yes, no, I mean this. It was, I did explain what this means when I was getting attacked. And I did have a healthy conversation. And when she was attacking me, I did communicate, saying, hey, I understand what you're saying is because you truly feel that way. So, and long story short, after 3 days of back and forth, 3 days back and forth, this woman literally sent me a message on Facebook on that same 3 saying, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. I see things so much more different, because it was like, nah, I wasn't trying to, no, look at the video again. Look what I'm saying. Nah, regardless of the video, let's have a conversation and communicate. And I'm communicating with you with respect. Regardless, I'm not matching your energy. You feel what I'm talking about? Matching your energy is going to pull me to a lower energy that I don't deserve. So I don't do the matching energy. You hear me? Wherever your energy is, I'm going to give you the energy that God and the spirit of love is having me give you. And we're going to bring it here. And at the end of it, it was like she understood. She understood, like, oh, and now she looks at that same message and she hears it completely different, because she was able to see a young black man have a healthy conversation with her, didn't match her energy. And she straight said, she was like, I love you. Now she looks at that video, it's completely different. She was educated, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot about why she was looking at it, I learned, hell, I was open to being educated in that moment, even though I was being attacked. And I learned a lot. Okay, I understand why you're attacking me, because you genuinely feel that I'm attacking you. You really felt that way. You know?
It almost goes past the whole race thing. And for me, I was reading something yesterday about how the closer that you get to, your walk with God, the stronger and stronger the devil works to try and deter your path, to take you off your path. I mean, it's definitely true. I mean, I feel it a lot of times. Me and my homegirl Lynn, shout out to Lynn, she's watching right now. We had a conversation about this. As soon as the devil see you doing good work, he send all of his people to try and take you down.
Oh
yeah,
so, yeah.
I mean, this is a prime example. It's like I always talk about the parameters of the U.S. and how Washington is one of the most diverse places that you'll ever go, and my family is all from Louisiana. And
okay.
It's Louisiana is like St. Louis,
Okay.
There's a certain part where my family is from, all Black people.
Mm-hmm.
You won't find a white person in that county.
Right.
But like here, I was born into this. So for me, this is the norm.
Right.
The people that are born in those particular environments are used to that norm, and to me, I think are so trained to think that this is how things are supposed to be, and it's not true. It's like you got here and it was way crazy and different, but you adapted to it. You didn't allow the way that you grew up and the environment that you grew up in to be exactly who you were. I mean, you're about your people, but you respect everybody from top to bottom, whoever they are. And 100%. That's what's important. You know what I'm saying? Is just respect, 100%. How do you think we as people can create equality across the U.S.? Is it possible, or are we just doomed?
I don't really think equality is it's not a real thing to me.
Yeah.
It's like, no, nothing's equal, and it's okay. It's okay for things not to be equal.
Uh-huh.
So I just feel like once we pass up that thought of I should be equal, there's nothing in my household. Things aren't equal, in the schools, things don't need to be equal.
Yeah.
If you ask me, it's not about being equal. It's about everybody just playing their position and doing what we need to do to continue elevating our people, elevating our voice, elevating our vote, whatever that is. It's not about playing the game to be equal. Okay, it's not there's no measurement, there's no actual metric to being equal. So that's why I think when there's no actual metric to it, it's a conversation that'll be ongoing forever. There'll never be a conclusion. There's no scoreboard where you can say, boom, cool, we equal now.
Yeah.
True, there's always going to be something, whether that's
always.
Whether there's certain laws. Of course, we want to fight to be equal in law in certain laws and things. Okay, well then we got that together. Guess what? There's going to be another one. There's no such thing. Generally speaking, there's no such thing as real equality. Is what
That's the first time I ever heard that. But it makes sense though. When you really truly think about it, it makes sense.
Yeah. And it's like me, when I step in the room, I don't want to be treated equal. I know I'm coming in like a god. I'm coming in like a king. Everybody ain't coming in like that. Everybody ain't, I know I don't mind not, you're not gonna treat me equal. You're gonna treat me how I carry myself. You hear me?
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. I like that. You see it coming. I'm not no low belly fudge wrecker. I've been in this game for a minute. I need my respect. I need my credit. I've been in the game for a minute. Watch me. Watch me move.
I'm gonna take that. So that's all good.
Hey, so let's get into your after high school. You and your brother decided to create this little group.
Hold on. Wasn't nothing little about it.
Okay, well, tell us about it. Let us know.
I'm a strong word person.
Let us know. I mean, I knew about you back in the day, because I was in the game too, doing music. Obviously for a short time from like 2005 to 2011, I did music myself. So I remember you guys. I remember y'all circulating around back then, man. I think I may even heard a few of your songs, man.
Absolutely, yeah. That's all we did. That was life. Music was life. Shout out to Big Bro Parker. He got a brand new podcast, the ADD Boys too. So check out the ADD Boys, Big Bro.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, so after high school, it was like we were just all in. You know, the long story. I'll sum it up to a quick 30-second stories. My brother was before me that was real heavy into the music, just starting with our guy Henny. You know, Henny the Business. Now, you know, Grammy Award winner. I'm talking about the biggest you can get, and worked with every single person. And he made my brother's first beat ever. They going to Lakota Junior High School, just figuring it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as they was heavy into music and figuring it out, playing with it, I used to just jump in some freestyles with them, playing around. You know, just playing around with it. But then every time I would get on the song with Big Bro, you know, we make it smacks. It's just feel good. It just feel good.
Yeah.
And then we did like a performance celebration one time. And after that celebration, I forget the whole story, but somebody from one of our partners had lost his arm in a boat accident. And we were doing like a fundraiser. I forget what it was. We got asked to perform. After that, somebody called us. They was like, those are the Parker brothers. The story was something like that.
Yeah.
And that's our name from there. It was just like we had a meeting with Henny. He was like, all right, y'all gonna be called the Parker brothers. Y'all be a group. At first, I'm like, absolutely not. Like, nah.
Hey, but that's actually a filthy name, though.
At the time, though, being young, like, nah, you know, but it's like, nah, y'all are for real blood brothers. Y'all out here, y'all moving. And that's just how it came. And from there, we were just heavy in the paint. From the Knockout Kings, we had a whole entire movement that was just beautiful. And when we end up merging with Cuddy Fresh, my brother ended up merging with him. So it's like, that's what brought us more to the whole Seattle scene. You know, so we had Seattle, we had Federal Way. And when we just started putting out good music, we was everywhere, every block, every city, every town, boom boxes, CDs. We was for real hand to hand. Wasn't one city we wasn't in literally on their block with a boom box, like selling hand to hand CDs, mixtape after mixtape. Wenatchee, car shows, downtown. We was everywhere at all times. And it just started building to then we end up getting real management, end up merging with G Prez and the Block Teamsters Union. It was just crazy. We was out there. You wasn't nobody that I'm talking when you the epitome of going hard in the paint. We was going hard in the paint.
Well, I just remember, in the music scene when, because I used to do shows, like you said, from Seattle all the way up to Chehalis and all around, just performing all over the place. I heard your name pretty much every place I went to in Seattle. Everybody's talking about the Parker brothers. Everybody's talking about the Parker brothers. You got to hear them brothers. They tight. Y'all was heavy. I remember.
Yeah, we was all about energy, man. Good energy. When we come in 40 deep, all good energy, swagged out, but don't get it twisted at all whatsoever. You feel me? And it was like it was business, When Henny had first set us up on our first time selling CDs and everything, it was business. We had an apartment complex on lock. We was like, we gonna sew up this apartment complex. We in the middle of the streets walking. Anybody that play rap music, if you hear them playing rap music, stop them, pull them over. Tell them to put the CD in. They can play a song, whatever song they want, turn it up. I'm talking. So we locked up a whole apartment complex. It was like we went gold in the apartment complex. So we sold 400 CDs in the apartment complex. So we pop in there. We come back.
Kids nowadays ain't got no clue about that though, bro. It's crazy. I mean, I remember standing on those corners trying to sell a CD, had the music playing in the background. Hey, sing a little something for us. Okay, I got you. I'll do a little something, just to get your name out. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't go to the internet and say, hey, play my stuff there. You had to get out there and hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Get it. And I mean, the dope thing, we had structure though. We get the bread, we bring the bread, we put it back, we flip it back into more product, we flip it back into more, t-shirts. It was like we would actually have structured business move the same way we move in business now. We actually had that mind state back then, bringing the money back to the pool, putting it back in to flip it and to just keep expanding and being everywhere, man. It was very, very great times. And, especially hooking when we got to the Fresh Coast era. We went through a lot of eras. The Fresh Coast era is when we hooked up with G Prez and created the Block Teamsters Union. Yeah. Shout out to Big Bro G Prez. And that's when it just went crazy, And unfortunately that was the time, right when that was popping, and we started getting offered many deals. I was in the middle of moving to Atlanta, actually, literally in the middle of moving, and I caught an indictment case, man. I caught an indictment case. I was, moving out here, getting some money on the back end, really not speaking out loud about it to nobody, but caught a case and end up having to go sit down for 62 months, and that's kind of that halted everything. It just happened, just boom, it just happened in the midst.
Wow.
I'm talking about we popping. I'm talking about this going down. I'm moving. I'm headed to Atlanta. We got deals on the table, and it just happened. Once again, that was one of the biggest blessings as ever, to be able to help create the man that you see right now. It's
Absolutely.
all we win. All we do is win when it's all said and done.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you breezed through it really quick, but what did you learn during the 62 months? Down for a minute. What did you learn about yourself as a person?
Oh man, we have to do a 10-hour episode to even get 1% of that.
Give me a little tidbit, just a little. You ain't got to go too in depth on it, but I mean, people need to know this, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens to the best of us. Sometimes your money ain't right, and you ain't got no other choice but to, somebody's offering you a couple quick bucks. And sometimes you got to get out there and get it,
Right.
I mean, and it happens. I got a brother that's in jail right now. He's serving 3 years. So, I mean, I know about it. I know about that life,
Definitely.
So, I mean,
Absolutely.
if you could say something to anyone out there that's, kind of going through those hardships of, choosing the real world versus the dope world.
Right.
What do you tell them?
The reality is this: typically speaking, if we are in that lane, we don't understand the reality of when it's gone from us, what we have out here, the freedom that we have out here. When that's snatched from us, it's a complete different life. Different life. And anybody that hasn't been through it, honestly, you can't really even tell them. You can tell them, like, I can share my story, and I will share my story. Until you go through it, it's like you just don't know. I like to not see our kings and queens in that lane, but of course, if you're in the lane, you're in the lane, and that's what it is. I would say that definitely. It's almost like, I don't like saying this, but I'm gonna say it. It's like, if you are in that lane and you don't know me, so you ain't about to listen to what I'm saying or nothing. At least do this. Listen. Go to learn your laws and look and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, and I'm breaking the law. I know you ain't got to tell nobody, but look at how much time that's going to give you. That'll help change your mind, because we could be out here hustling, doing what we do, and have no clue. You be thinking, if I get caught up, cool, I'll go do a couple days. You didn't know that held 4 years. You didn't know that held 10 years. So like I say, I don't even like saying that, because it's like, but in the event that's the lane you're choosing, know what you're up against. When my time came, some of the things that I learned when I was down was how to genuinely practice patience, discipline, those type of things, the core values that I have now that help me as a father, that help me as a husband, help me grow my business and everything, are the principles, the foundations that I learned along my journey when I was locked up. I was cut from a whole different cloth. I wasn't in there just playing around and trying to hope, let time pass and hope for my day out. I never hoped for a day out. I was still being the best version of myself every single day while I was there. I was like, okay, well, what can I do to increase, to make myself a better person? Of course, everybody, has these things that they think they're going to do when they get out. I had a business plan, of course, because you're supposed to. But my main thing, it was like, nah, it's not about when I get out, this business plan I'm going to do. Right now, how can I make myself a better person? How can I be disciplined to not deal with the bullshit that's going on in here right now? How can I be disciplined to not play around and do these extra hustles in here? Because there's many opportunities to get big boy money right where I am. How can I be disciplined to say, nah, I'm going to shift my mind to being disciplined, literally in the moment? Like, on the whole entire yard, I was the one that had the most opportunity to make the most money because of my position and my job position. I'm leaving the yard, taking people, driving them to the airport, driving them to the train station. Like, people still don't believe that. Like, wait, you was locked up and your job was leaving, going to take other people that's coming home to the airport, driving by myself. Yeah. So my opportunity to get down and make it do what it do was beyond the sky. To me, I believe that was another test from God. That's the way I perceive it, to say, okay, well, now you got another opportunity to get down. What you gonna do? Mine was like, I'm going to practice discipline right now in this moment, because this discipline is what's going to set my foundation to always have the discipline in the free world. And that's exactly what happened. When I hit the free world, so many opportunities to do whatever you out here, but setting myself in that discipline and understanding like, nah, ground yourself, having that mental capacity, man. I learned everything. That's why I learned credit. That's why I learned real business structure, but I was at the camp. So I'm on the yards with multi-millionaires. And so I'm setting relationships. I'm not in there trying to thug it out and prove nothing to nobody. I'm out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and so,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
I love the thought process of not allowing being in this position to deter what you want to do with yourself and where you're going with yourself. This is a bump in the road. I'm not going to allow this bump to bring me down and become a product of the environment I'm in.
Right.
That's an amazing thing to say for people to hear that. I mean, because you hear about it all the time. You hear about people going in there and then they find their little cliques and then they just hang out with their cliques and become a part of that environment.
Right.
But you didn't choose that route.
Not at all. Not at all, man. I never waited for time. I'm like, wait for time? Oh, no. I'm not waiting for time. I'm not waiting for no out date. I'm talking about right now, today. I'm going in physically, mentally, spiritually. I'm talking about everything. I was literally becoming the best person that I ever had became in life. That time is not a dark time in my life at all. Right. That time is not, I mean, and I'm talking about, I didn't even get to see my firstborn born because I was behind. I was behind the gates. So of course, I don't like that, of course, but I can't change that. And I understand what comes with that. So I do my best to this day to make sure that everything I can do, I install that love mentally and everything. But I know I couldn't change it. So I don't look at that as a dark spot. When I was in it, it wasn't a dark spot to me because I was growing. I'm calling home every Sunday. When I talk to moms, it's almost like she don't believe me. Like, you sure? Like, you good? I'm like, I'm super good. This is my reality. Anywhere that I am in life, I'm not going to have my head down because if it's my reality, if I can't change it, okay, I can't change it. So guess what? I'm going to be the best I can. So every morning I'm up working out before breakfast. Then I go to work, come back, work out. Then I'm studying, then more studying, then body mentally. Then it's just every day I'm becoming great. And I felt it. Yeah. I felt it. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, for real. That was the foundation,
Absolutely. That's amazing, man. I commend you for never giving up on yourself and the people around you. You know, like, you don't hear about that a lot. Like a lot of people come out and they said that they were grinding the whole time, and then they go back to the same thing that they were doing before, you know, which is, selling and just doing the things that continue to keep them in the system. Right. But you said, you know what, I'm gonna use this as motivation and just push and go harder.
Yeah. Look, check this out. One of the main things I went to the hole. That's a whole nother story. I went to the hole. When I was in the hole, for about 5 months. So it's just, I'm talking about, you're in a 10 by 10 nothing. That's the place that make people real life go crazy. And I understand why. But once again, there was another opportunity. I'm like, I can't get out of it. I'm here. Yeah. Boom. So any reading I could do, you can get a couple books. You only could choose from a couple. And I came across this book. I forget the whole book, but it was a boxer. He was telling his story from when he was in the hole. The concept of him saying, okay, I'm going to create a business discipline, not a business, but a business discipline. So I'm like, all right, what I'm going to do when I get back to the yard? So I was like, all right, I'm going to make burritos, but I'm going to make them without, the stealing the food from the kitchen and all that. That's fine. Yeah. People do what they do. It's all good. I'm going to do it actually the right way. I'm going to buy the food from commissary. I'm going to come with the most fire recipe. I'm going to wrap them up. I'm never going to give nothing away for free. I'm going to count the profits like in a real business. And I'm going to understand how much. So every burrito I got out, every burrito I made, it had like exactly 10 dices of sausage, exactly X amount of cheese, exactly 2 tablespoons of booze. I measured everything to the T and was like, all right, how much do I got to make to make $400 a month? I believe that was like the max you could spend on commissary. $400 a month. So I was like, well, that'll max me out where I can spend the max. That's all I need. I don't need. So I did that. I came back to the yard. When I tell you, I set this up and I never gave away. I was like, never give away, zero. I don't care to your partners, nothing. This is business. Man, they was looking at me like I was crazy. They didn't realize what I was doing though. you know, man, let me get one. I got you back next week. Absolutely not. This is a business, and and this is how it's ran. And I'm talking about to the teaspoon of beans. I ran it like that, and it set up my mind like, wow, when you can actually set up a engine. So it was my engine, and I only sold on weekends, and they were sold out the first day every time. So it was like, yeah. So I was like, that's all I want and all I need to be able to allocate this time and still allocate my time to my workouts and everything. And it was like that was the beginning of understandings, building systems, you know, over some burritos. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because any of my partners that see me to this day, you know what I mean, that was locked up with me, they'd be like, man, I need some of them burritos. Yeah.
That's cool, though. That's really cool. So after you got out and you decided, hey, it's time to go. It's time to go get it. What did you do? What did you end up doing when you first got out? What was the first thing that you said, hey, this is what's going to be happening moving forward, and we're gonna go hard in the paint? What was it?
Right. So the first thing, mom and pops and my daughter and sister, they picked me up. First thing I had to do was go to that gas station and buy something for my daughter with my own money. I had never bought her nothing before, like actually fit. It was like this is brand new to me, you know. But really, my thing getting back into the field going, I actually slowed it down on purpose. I made sure I didn't come out trying to run full speed and I'm at it. I'm about to get this money at all whatsoever. First thing first, we had before I left, me and Pops had a painting company that we had started and had a 102 apartment complex over in Kirkland, Washington that we had a contract on. I fell in the middle of that. And so when I came back, we had another opportunity that had came up when I came back, and it was just like, it was the biggest blessing, but I couldn't move on it because it was like, I need to slow down. For one, between having a PO and them trying to not have you have your own business and all the hoops that come with it and everything. On top of that, was like, no, I need to slow down. I'm gonna get a regular job, get my mind, because I just want to get back into the world. Even though I'm good, everybody good, they think, but it's like, nah, I understand. I gotta be on this side of the gate in real time and real world and prove to myself that these things I've been saying and things I've been doing are real out here. I knew they real in there. And so I went and got my partner Doughboy put me on with his mentor, went and worked a warehouse job, minimum wage, literally minimum. It was like $8 and something at that moment. I was like, it's cool. I just want something just to get my mind right. I was in the front doing foreign currency exchange that I learned behind the gates. I was like, I got my headphones in. I could just be making a couple dollars, getting back in the groove, getting back in the real world. And I just went from there and just started having opportunity after opportunity within that company to grow. But I wasn't I didn't want that. I was like, I'm only going to be here for a couple seconds, get my mind right. But I have my manager at that point, a mentor to this day, man, one of the greatest people on earth, David Gaspar. He always pushed me, was like, all right, so check this out. While you are here, though, I get you just going to be here. You ain't making, while you're here, though, how about you just learn as much as you can learn for yourself so you can use this skill set in whatever you do, whether you leave, learn a new computer skill set while you're here. Learn this Excel over here. Let me put you in this position, give you $1 raise. It ain't much, but at least do it for yourself so you can just learn more. And so I just started doing that and taking his advice and just learning more. And long story short, with that being said, I wasn't chasing nothing except for growth. And it's in about 4 years later, I ended up being a director of operations of a complete of distributions of a $50 million company. Nice. And just learning the ropes of that. And what that took me to is understanding, okay, now this mindset I get my entrepreneur spirit from my pops, man, one of the greatest people on earth. He taught us so much about just how to think on your own, go get your own. So now I just take all the tools that I'm learning, because right now I'm still I switched companies, but I'm still a director of operations for a $100 million company. I take those tools and what I'm learning on an everyday basis and how I'm structuring, running their operations. To me, that's college. To me, I'm getting a salary to learn real business, working with real hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm taking all of those tools and I'm implementing it into the BP brand. I'm implementing it into how I do a business and how I'm going about business. So my whole from when I came out to the end, it was like slow. I started slow. I just I didn't rush fast. I let it, it didn't just come to me. I was working hard and strategic, But I'm like, I want to use my mind. I don't want to just go at it. And it's been a beautiful journey, you know, still on the journey. And a lot of, you know, I'm just telling you the good parts. It was a lot of low parts all up in there as well.
There's always going to be a couple bumps. You know, there always, in anything that you do, there's always going to be a couple bumps. But it's amazing. It's an amazing story. And like you said, you're still living it and you're still going through it, you know, and staying positive and smiling and, you know, tell us, let's get into the BP brand. You had mentioned it. You mentioned it. Let's get into why we're here. Let's talk about the BP brand. Give us a little breakdown of where this all transpired.
Absolutely. So the BP brand represents love, grind, and growth. The BP brand represents Brandon Parker. That's where the B and P come from. Mm-hmm. But like you see, you never hear that name, Brandon Parker. You don't hear me putting my name out there or nothing. The BP brand is separate. It's not about me. I just happen to be the one that created this, and the whole everything about it lifestyle comes from the lifestyle that I truly believe in and truly live. So I represent love, grind, and growth. So the BP brand represents love, grind, and growth. And the way this started is because just, you know, some years back when I decided, so I was running the warehouse that I was running, the operation I was running, we moved it to Indiana. And what we had established over like a half decade was a family. I'm talking about, I'm in a position now to be able to hire people that potentially wouldn't have been hired. I'm all about the people. Same way how I got blessed and got my game, I'm giving more opportunities to learn more skill sets because of the people. So we really had a family, like when we cared about each other for real. Once we had to shut all that down and we moved everything away, I was no longer about to be around these people. Remind you, I didn't do social media at the time. I'm talking about no social media, nothing at all whatsoever. This is just real life people, just being present with the people. So I made a commitment to a lot of the kings and queens that was there when I left, said, hey, check this out. I'm going to jump on social media and I'm going to start doing like some quotes, some motivational stuff, just so we can stay connected. That was how I got on social media. And this was just like 5 years ago, something like that. About 4 years ago, I was off. I'm talking about 5, 6, 7 years. I was like, I didn't touch social media, no, nothing. And when that happened, I noticed, man, the good energy. I'm all about good energy. But it was more about me at that time. It was more about me giving dope speeches and everything. And I didn't like that. It was so much more about me. It was like, I was like, where am I going with this? Right. And after the whole George Floyd incident, being down there at the CHOP, I was giving street performances and just going and talking to our people with just good, powerful energy for the people can know that we unified as one. And that whole position, when I started getting all these interviews, overseas interviews, whatnot, it was dope. It was like, it's happening. This thing is happening. You feel me?
Yeah.
And after I got home, one of those nights, it was like, man, this is one of the dopest things. I'm talking about we going viral, all these interviews. But I'm like, but what am I? I'm representing for our people. But now I don't want it to be me. I don't want it to be BP. Talk to him about me. And it just came, this vision. It was like the BP brand, that BP love, grind, and growth. It has to be about something else. It has to be about something that everyone can jump on, that represents love, that represents grind. And that's where the vision came. It's like, nah, going forward, it ain't about BP. Talk to him. It ain't about branding. It's about this thing. And that's the brand. This thing is a vehicle to love. This thing is a vehicle to elevation. So it started with just, the clothes, of course. This is just a vehicle. This is a vehicle. So like you got it on right now. I guarantee when you went in that mirror, it was like, you can't be mad. You know? It's a real life energy. And that's where that started. It was like, I need something way bigger than me. And that's where God dropped this vision saying the BP brand, this is for everybody. So through the music of what I do, through motivational speaking, through anything that we do, it represents love, grind, and growth. And that's where the BP brand was derived from. Absolutely.
And I mean, the love is dope. I mean, it has been everywhere that I've been. I've seen it all over the place. You guys have been making some amazing moves. I still remember, and I'm gonna jump back into our convo, but I remember the first time I seen you. Your positivity, it just comes off of you. You can see it. It's like an aura around you. You're very, very confident. You're stout. And you're very inviting. And for me, I think that in itself, I mean, on top of the fact I liked the shirt, was the reason why I supported it, because it felt real.
That's what's up.
You know,
Absolutely.
there's a lot of people that have items and product and all that stuff out there that are just trying to make a quick buck.
Right.
You
Right.
know, but you could tell that the passion was in it, and it was true and clear and precise, and everyone could be a part of something like this.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And for me,
Absolutely.
that was like, yo, I was like, yeah, I gotta be down, bro. Let me
Yeah.
go. And
Yeah.
then to see you perform too, you talked for a little bit. I don't know if you remember that performance, but before you performed, you had spoke with us. We were sitting in, like you said, we were out in the Auburn, Kent area at this little spot for you know, a meet and greet, and
Right.
they had you performing that day, and as well as, you know, you had your booth set up and everything. But before you performed, you had spoke a little bit to the people. And I don't even know if you remember what you said, but it was all positivity.
Absolutely.
All positivity. That's all I
Absolutely.
remember. It's just positive, positive, positive. And then he's like, okay, well, let me perform for you guys now.
Right.
And then
Right.
he
Set the
performed, and I was
stage.
like, wait a second. Let me go over here and holler at this guy. So, I mean, for me, bro, like, I love it. I love what you do. I love, you know, your aura. I love your drive. I love your realness.
Right on. Right on.
I mean, I support that. I mean, I'm about that life. I want that in my
Absolutely.
life. You know what I'm saying? I want to be around people that speak real truth, knowledge, and not just trying to gain a buck. I mean, yeah,
Right. Right.
it's cool to get a couple dollars, you know, here and there, but
Right.
if what you are selling is going to elevate my soul,
Come on. Come on.
I mean,
Come
I'm
on.
in it. I'm in it. You feel me? I'm
Absolutely.
in it. And
Absolutely.
so, absolutely, man. I love the BP brand. I love what you guys got going on. I'd love to hear you do another show. I know you said, were you? What's going on with the music? Are you done with the music? Are you
Oh no.
planning on
Oh no.
putting
Oh
anything else
no.
out? You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. So it's just I'm just in a different lane with the music now, and I have a different, you know. So once again, I know people hate to hear me say this, and I don't even like to hear myself say it, but I feel like, you know, over some years I had fell out of love with music,
Yes,
and you
absolutely.
know, and it is what it is. I did, you know, but once again, I hadn't listened to music in probably over 8 years.
Yeah.
I didn't. Anytime I, you know, when I came back and I was on my journey, it was anytime I got in my car, it's podcasts, it's either financial
Mhm.
podcasts, it's credits, building, learning, education. I never listened to music for probably like 8 years straight, like real
Wow.
life, nothing, zero, not not
Just
my own,
gaining
none.
knowledge. You was
Yeah,
just
it was.
gaining knowledge.
That's it. Every ride, everything, man. And
Yeah.
it was, it was just like I didn't have no motivation to me in my mind to want to do music. It was
Mhm.
like this life I'm living right now. I didn't have no motivation. But that's another thing how the spirit works, how love works, how God works. After the BP brand was created and we're just living in it real life, and I'm doing motivational talks, and I'm starting to do a lot of more
Mhm.
spoken word stuff. And this how the story goes. I start creating a spoken word album, but it had,
Oh,
you know, it had some like rhythm to it, but I'm
yeah.
more just speaking. And I showed it to my brother down. We was down on the trip, and my brother, it was the dopest thing ever. My brother, you know, big bro, we Parker brothers, you know,
Yeah.
for life. And he enjoyed the message, of course, but he just like, bro, like, man, that's dope. I love what you're doing. He's like, but I need some gems. I need some hits. I need some, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
for
somebody
him,
to ride
you
with.
know.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was dope him just giving me his truth. Like, man, I respect what you're doing. I like it. Basically, like he's saying, like, I love what you're doing. I appreciate it. I'm not listening to it though. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And so, and that's all good. That's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
good. So, like, and when it happened in real time, I was like, okay, I respect the honesty, but I still was like, this is me. This is my lane. It's still all.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah. For
got
sure.
back on that plane, and for whatever reason, I don't know how it happened, how the spirit hit me. I got on that plane, and I'm talking about I start going in. I start going in, but it was like I'm not just writing the right, and I'm not
Yeah.
writing the rhyme. Everything I'm going in is about the brand. Everything I'm going in is about elevation. Everything I'm going in is about love, grind, and growth. Everything I go in is about unity. But I'm still spazzing. But now it's like, oh, I start getting that feeling. I start getting the feeling back. Got with Cuddy Fresh. And Cuddy Fresh is like, man, we was already working on the motivational album. And I start rapping just a little more. And he was like, man, I knew it was gonna be back. And it just started coming back. But I'm talking about when I say family, when I say it's back, I'm excited about it. Like I feel good when I go create. It's like therapy. And I've understanding how to turn that now. And now I'm not about streaming. I'm not about trying to see how many people can listen to stream and trying to get a record deal. None of that. I take my music and I put it as a part of my brand. This is a part of our brand. It's another vehicle that when we go do live shows through the grace of God, I can still have a stage and come out. You're going to be able to hear what we represent with the store being in the back. So now this vehicle I use for music, the store comes with it. They travel together. So I was understanding how to monetize off the music without, I'm way far as people listen to music. We was big artists. I'm not a big artist anymore. I'm a motivational speaker. You feel me? I'm out here to represent us and our people in love. And I get down when it comes to that music, but I don't push it like that. I go to the stage, give real intimate experiences so we can really feel this elevated vibe in real life and grow from it. And it's a vehicle to help the business for branding and for the clothing. So it's just learning how to utilize it. You feel me? Yeah.
So we had just hit the 1 hour plateau. Obviously, we could do this again. We're definitely going to have to, because there's a lot of things that I still wanted to talk to you about.
Absolutely.
But what I will do is I will ask you one more question, and then after this, we will close up shop because my son's got a game today. I'm doing an event tonight. I'm really I got a lot of things that I'm doing today, obviously for Valentine's Day, and so plus it's been an hour, and I know that we could go another hour.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say we just getting started, huh?
We just touching the surface over here, y'all. Thank you guys so much for being here. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna ask one more question. If you guys have a question you guys would like to drop in the comment box for him, please do that right now, and we will go ahead and slide over the questions to him before we get out of here. But this is my last question for you, man. How important is your family?
Jazzy, come here, baby. Family is my root. Family is my engine. Family is my life. It's my light. It's everything. When I tell you my home, what we've created, what my wife and I have created, is a real life heaven in our home, and I mean it in every way, and I mean that in a literal way. When I come home every day, no matter how hard the days are, I'm coming home smiling, excited to get to heaven. Like I'm on my way. You can come here, baby. You can come here. And so family to me is like, man, no matter what I say, no matter what I do, if I'm not doing that with my real family and my real household, come here, baby. You can say hi. Then it's void. And so it's like, that's my motivation. They motivate me to do better. They motivate me to, especially now I understand that I do have an influence when I speak. So doing that in real life every day, not sometimes, not every once in a while, but doing that every day. Say hi, baby.
Hi.
Say,
how you doing?
That's what motivates me. Like family's completely, it's everything. My mom and pops, when I tell you I got core values from family that I know that I'm privileged in that way. You feel me? I got partners, family around me who wasn't able to grow up in a 2-parent home. Regardless, even though our home might have some rough patches, of course, everyone does. Yeah. But what I see in the principles that our family stand on is everything. Family is everything.
Absolutely. So when you got out and you seen your little one for the first time.
And not this one. I'm talking about my oldest one. This is my youngest.
Yeah. But just think back to that day. Like, what did you feel when you finally got the chance to hold her? Holder.
It's just I can't. It's like magic. It wasn't my first time seeing her. She came and visit, but just being able to be, have that freedom of just being able to hug her, and it wasn't what I thought it would be in my mind, because we paint the picture. It's gonna be daddy's home, but it's like, nah, my baby didn't really know me like that.
Yeah.
She's visit me sometimes behind a facility where you got guards and all these men in green suits.
Right.
So I had to adjust to that. I had to adjust to my daughter not, it's like, come here, baby. To her, like, no, like, I don't know you like that. Like, whoa, in my mind,
it's crazy.
And through the grace of God, once again, through the discipline, the patience, and everything that I was practicing, I had to make sure I stepped into her shoes, even though she was 3-4 years old. Like, you know what? I understand why you're doing that. So let me be patient and bringing you in and wheeling you in, and not saying, "Oh no, I'm your dad." You know what I mean? Like, nah.
Absolutely, patience. That's the key word. Patience. Have patience.
Absolutely.
We made the mistakes to put us in these positions, but I'm back and I'm gonna work to get that time that I missed and make it even better than it was before. And so,
yes, absolutely,
brother. Hey, I have one question from Darnell. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up for you so you can go ahead and shoot it out to the people. How do you purchase the Love is Dope gear?
Shut the door. So thank you, Pops. Hey, Pops, see, this is why Pops is so great. He like, hold on, I know you ain't go through this whole interview and not tell people where to get the gear. I know he gonna call me and be like, man, what is you thinking?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Pops. I appreciate that. So to get the Love is Dope gear, it's the bpbrand.com. So THEBPBRAND, thebpbrand.com. So right now, anything that you do see in stock, it ships within 24 hours. We're trying to make sure we're competing on a very competitive level, from our customer service, from our packaging and the experience that you get with it. Outside of that, if it's not in stock, those are going to come at a later date. But anything in stock ships within 24 hours. And we about to run a camo promo right now. Everything camo for a pre-order promo right now. And that just literally, I ain't even announced it. I just got everything on the site last night. So this is the announcement. We running a camo everything promo. So go check out. We got camo, all different color camos. Buy one, get one half off. And it's real. The journey's real. The bpbrand.com.
Hey, I'm in there. I'm not really a camo dude, but just because you said that, I'll be your first customer. I'll be in there. As soon as we get off, I'm purchasing mine. I actually want a hat too. You guys got any hats on sale that I can slide into? I need a hat.
We do. I got you. I'm gonna hit you on a messenger to see what color. We do a lot of custom made hats. One of my other partners, he make them all custom, so we try to keep everything eternal. Pass the buck this way. So I'm gonna hit you, ask you what color, and we're gonna go from there.
Absolutely, guys. We've been on a little bit longer than usual, but hey, every once in a while you got to go over the time, because we got amazing people that come on that have amazing information, stories, and words of encouragement for all of us. And this is exactly what we got today. Thank you so much, BP, for coming on and sharing your story, your knowledge, your insight, your education, and everything that you have spoke today has been a blessing to everybody that got the opportunity to be a part of it and that will check it out after we get offline, because it's still out there for those that just got on. You can go back and catch it on Circle Talk, on YouTube, on Facebook. Make sure you guys continue to support by subscribing. Go to the bpbrand.com.
Yes,
purchase, right?
Absolutely.
The bpbrand.com. If you guys want to get these Love is Dope shirts, trust me, it will be one of your best purchases that you've ever done. I mean, he's a great dude and he's doing great work. And if you didn't hear the passion and the emotion in this conversation, then you're missing out. I mean,
absolutely.
My guy knows what he's talking about. And
thank you.
And he's got a beautiful daughter there.
Hey, look, if she didn't win, she got to make sure she plugged. We'll get on this one next interview, but this is her company that she's gonna be coming, all black made, black artists, dolls, and these is gonna be her company coming next year, teaching her business.
Real
these are from scratch. They literally made from a black artist drawing. I had them created our own from the thread needle, and this is gonna be her company that she's coming with the Fidget Kids. They represent anti-bullying and love.
Wow, amazing. Good deal. Good stuff. I'm excited to hear about that too. I'll be a part of that as well. So thank you again, man. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching us today. It's been an amazing show. Make sure you guys tune in next week. We're gonna be with Miss Jazzy Love and young artist, up and coming artist. Her dad, I know her dad he's from here, and he was like, "Yo, man, you got to get my daughter on your show." And she's doing amazing things in the community. She's actually out in Cali right now working on her videography. She's doing some videography stuff for a company down there. And so we're just going to jump in and learn a little bit about her and everything that she has going on. So make sure you guys tune in next week for Kari Loco. I think is her name. I don't have it right in front of me because my phone is off, but yeah, it's Kari Loco. And also tonight, if you guys aren't busy tonight, you guys need something to do, come out to the Watson Center. I'll be out there for the Shades of Love event. There's going to be food, dancing, love in the air. And I'll be out there doing my interviewing and stuff. So make sure you guys come through if you guys aren't busy. But thank you guys for being here. We're going to get going, but we'll see you guys next week. Take care. One love.
All right. Say bye, everybody. Say bye. All right, King.
All right. Take care, brother.
Appreciate it.